All right, guys, back with another quick little live stream here. I'm going to be tracking Noodle pan track probably here. I want to put this Japanese style gate over this clip here. So quick while I'm at it, we're gonna need to first, I already brought in my footage, vertical video. I'll set my frame rates 30 FPS, 1080p. I'm gonna go ahead, prefetch it, set frame range. So my goal ultimately is I was modifying this. Somebody built this and I actually modified it a little bit. I changed the top and other things like that. And I'm going to export this out and put it into a collada file, bring it into Blender and 3D track it into the scene that I just showed you inside of here. So that's my goal, kind of just have it sitting here in the middle of the street, like right about there. If you've seen Peter Winsler's new video about Legos, I've been on that and I've already done a couple of little tests and it worked out really nice. So one issue I already have is my color space is a little bit different from since I use Octane. Here I want to set that the film will set that to standard. Okay, sRGB. All right, looks like we got the clip in there. It's playing back nicely. Again, there's not a lot of movement going on. I purposely did that because I didn't want to really have to do a 3D track. I wanted to just do a Noodle pan track. So I tried to keep it as simple as possible, thinking about the track here. Also, I took note of the weather. It's kind of overcast, so I'm going to need an HDR that's kind of overcast. And again, not a lot of shadows. If you can see, like here, this guy's walking. You notice the shadow, very soft, diffuse shadows. So that's also going to help us out. We don't have to worry about getting the sun to line up at a certain angle because the shadow is pretty much straight down, right? You see these poles, there's no shadow, because it's pretty much straight down just underneath the feet. So I'm already rendered out these to individual files and I'm just going to get straight to the track here. So again, doing a tripod pan, Noodle pan here, we're not going to need a lot of data. I will do this to perspective. I'm going to click normalize. I'm also going to change my air to 0.9. And then I'm also going to, I always do this, I'm going to choose blurry footage, even though my footage is not blurry, then that kind of changes everything here. So let me go back and change these to perspective, change this to 0.9. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and just do detect features, see what it gives us. And we got a lot of people walking around, so we don't want them in the track. So I already know that we're going to get some weird tracking results because these people are moving. So for the sake of it, let's just go ahead and track this really fast here. I'm going to press Control T and then it's going to track forward, and you already can see those tracks are wigging out there. But I'll come back and just delete them off after. I'm on frame 37, so I'm also going to need to track backwards. Matter of fact, I probably should have just deleted those tracks before I even started, just to save me a few steps in the end, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. And delete that. And matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and back up right now. And those trackers that I saw like on the people. And let's scroll this up here, get ourselves a little more room. Zoom in here. This tracker, delete. This tracker, delete. This tracker, delete. And I think there was another one. That one on the bike is okay. This one here on this guy's back, delete. Anything that's moving, we don't want. Reflections, we don't want. Water, things like that we don't want. Yeah, this one back here on this guy, delete that. Let's zoom out. I think I got a couple over here, one on this guy's foot and one on this guy. And let's scroll. Yep, I think another one on his foot. No, he's fine. What about this one? Looks like one here. Does this guy interfere with this track? Nope, that's holding solid on the chrome. All right, good. Up here we got some wires and stuff. Things when wires cross, they screw up the track. So be careful with the wires. Like over here, I think we might have, let's see. It pretty much stays solid. Okay, that's good. And over here, let's watch this one for a moment. That one's staying pretty solid. Yeah, you want to watch out when you have wires. What's up here? We got one up here. And that was just there for a second. I'm going to delete that one. It's not even long enough. Delete that. All right. Then, actually, I'm going to go back to where I was on frame 37. And I'm going to go ahead, hit I, and hide all those. Hide all those. I'm gonna go ahead and detect features again. Detect features, and I'm already know I'm gonna grab this one here, delete that off that guy, delete that one, delete that one, delete that one, and I think we're okay. Now there's one here in the distance here on him, and then another guy back here. Okay, and then I'm going to track backwards. Control Shift T. Control Shift T again. Why aren't you working? Oh, gotta select your tracks. Press A, select your tracks, Control Shift T. There it goes. Just keeping my eye out for any tracks that are getting crazy. Like here, I think we might already have an issue. Let's see what this track right here is doing. It's not that bad. We'll just leave it there. Okay, hit A, Control, select all those, and hide them. Again, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go all the way to the back to the last frame by holding Shift right arrow and detect features. I really want to kind of try to get some tracks here on this ground here. These few spots, we might just come in here and do some manual tracking. Select that track, delete it. Ooh, undo that. Select that one, undo, delete, delete. Again, we're just trying to delete the ones off the people. One on his foot, delete. Maybe even one on his head, but he's gonna cross into that path. I don't even, oh, that was some guy's face back there. All right, I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and select all those. We got some here on the wires. This cross section, I definitely don't want that. That is a no-no. When you get cross sections of wire because there's parallax happening in between these, just save yourself the headache and take them off the wires. I'm the same thing here. I'm gonna take that off the wires. The wind might be blowing. It's slowly gonna move that. I'm gonna take this guy back down here. All these crossing wires, I've already dealt with it in other tracks. It's a big issue. So I'm gonna delete that. These ones here might be okay because this is kind of a high contrasting point. This guy here, definitely cross intersection here. Delete that. Okay, some of this other stuff, railings here, if these might start to drift left and right, but we'll just monitor them. Select everything and Control Shift T, track everything backwards. And I already see one here down here. It's going to be trash. We're going to throw that one away. I'm not even going to deal with it. A lot of those are sticking nice and solid, not getting all crazy and spazzing out. That's good. Again, I'm not doing a lot of movement either because I was thinking about the track before I did it. Like, okay, it's going to be a tripod pan track, so I don't need too much crazy movement. Just try to keep it still, but enough little bit of movement where it's not a pure static shot, right? Okay, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit A, hide that, and actually I'm gonna press Alt H, unhide everything. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and press A again and hide everything. I need some tracks here on the floor, definitely. So I'm gonna just do a couple one-off tracks, like here. Let's try this. Control T. I'm just gonna monitor these ones here. Just that's nice. That stayed. Did it stay on at the end? Did it get off? Nope, it stayed on. Good. And I'm gonna go ahead and press H, hide that. H, hide that. I'm gonna select this guy here too. And matter of fact, I'm gonna select this one here too. And let's see this little white speck over here. Select all three of those. Control Shift T. Delete backwards. That one's getting a little bit weird over there. These ones are staying nice and solid. This one's getting a little weird. I'm just gonna delete it because I don't want to deal with it. Okay, so those guys stayed pretty solid. Press H to hide those. We got lots of good stuff here. These little contrasting points on the floor. Gum. Basically, that's what that is. Gum. And let's see another one here. Something in the, we want to get all across the frame. You want to get front, middle, back. The more you give the information, the better. Let's check that guy back there. Press A, select all of those, and Control T. Those stayed pretty solid. Hide them, and I want to get, it's really hard. This is a really hard surface here because it's so smooth and it's not really too much contrasting going on here. If you want to see this track window, what you could do is click here, track, and boom, you can see this and you can fine tune an adjustment if you want to do that. I like where that's at. Press Control Shift T because we're going backwards, and then you can monitor it here. I have it at parallel perspective, so that's why it's skewing a little bit, but I think that's fine because it was staying pretty much solidly on the track there. I'm gonna hide that, and let's see. I think we might have enough tracks to try to get a solve here. I'm gonna go ahead and press Alt H, unhide everything, select everything, just to see one more time. Do we got any rogue tracks floating on somebody? And something's going on right here. What's going on here? Yep, we got this guy here coming into the, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one. I'm gonna watch these bikes here. What's going on here? Okay, that was nice. What's this red box? It was picking up him. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one because it was following him, then he came into the shot and it got a little bit weird. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that one. We don't need that. Let's zoom out again. And just one more time, check anything that's getting really crazy. This is just going to help us in the cleanup process. And matter of fact, there's a lot of good stuff over here that we possibly could track. We're just looking for high contrast points. Oh, got a couple of here again on this point here. I don't want to deal with that point. Delete that. Delete that. And let's see what we got right here as far as the solve. We might have enough to. I'm going to click on the solve tab. And then from here, we're going to click tripod. It's important that you click tripod. I'm going to go ahead and choose all of my my tri 3s. Camera data, I know, but every time I put my cell phone data in here, it gets weird. So I don't even do it. I just let Blender figure it out. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and save. Make sure you save your file. And I got a special folder I already got here. Lego track number 2. And projects, Blender, Lego track 2. All right, boom, saved. Okay, now let's get a solve here and see what we can get. Hit the magic button, solve. Now, these should be typically a lot faster than the 3D solve because the 3D solve, again, you got a lot more data and a lot more things happening. And already, boom, it's done. 0.68, which is not bad, not great in my world because I like to get things down to like a 3.3. So let's just quickly look into our dope sheet up here on the top and see what kind of error numbers we're looking at. We got some 2s, some 1s. That's not bad. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do a little bit of cleanup. Go to geometry, cleanup tab right here, and anything that is over a 2, I'm going to go right here. Anything that's over a 2 error, I want you to select it and delete it. Just delete track. So deselect everything. Then I'm going to go filter tracks. Matter of fact, did it select anything? I don't think it did because there's nothing over a 2. This is a 2.5, right? Let's say, okay, 1.9. Clean tracks. Okay, some disappeared. There it is. See, now up here in the dope sheet, that 2 is gone. Let's go ahead and resolve. And let's see where that puts us at. All right, that puts us at a solve error of 0.54. Good. Let's get it better. Let's get it better. Let's go 1.5. Clean tracks. Solve. So much faster when you're doing a tripod track. 3.9. Boom. I'm happy with that. We're going to keep it simple. 3.9. I'm happy with that. Make sure we go ahead and save. Okay, now the work begins. We gotta arrange, align our camera here and stuff. Okay, so what I want to do now, let's go ahead and set up our camera, and I can come over here to what is it? Orientation here. Down here at the bottom, set background, set up tracking scene. Okay, what blender am I in? Am I in I'm in standard blender. I'm not in Octane blender. So we're okay there, set up. Okay, that's good. Now what I want to do is jump over here to my, I like to make a new tab. It's just, I just like to make a new tab. General, layout, boom, there it is. Here's our tab. Press 0 on the notepad. There's our scene. First thing first, we did track with in the vertical format. You have to change this because this is going to really, if you don't change this, it's going to screw everything up. Come over here to camera and let me scroll this up. Why is it so small? Oh, because my camera, I don't have the camera on. Because when I don't do the camera right now because I'm getting better performance on the stream without the camera, unfortunately, guys. So sorry. When I have the camera on, like the computer just struggles on my little laptop and it's just extra data that's not needed. Okay, so we need to click on camera right here, camera tab, sensor size, go to horizontal. Boom, and that's going to change everything. Let's hit play. And right now we can't tell what's going on because look at our frame rate. Our frame rate's at 4.9. We got to fix that. We can't even track. We can't even tell if our track is good. Go back to your motion tab and tag. And then what we're going to do, we're going to make a proxy. And that's just going to be a lower quality video so it can process easier. You go to footage right here, proxy, tab on that, scroll this down. I want to make a 50%. I'm going to do undistorted. Undistorted is basically when Blender tracks, it undistorts the footage because all cameras have some slight bow or some type of cylinder bow because lenses are round. So it undistorts it and that's how it tracks it. So you can restore. This is going to be what Blender did after, or if you just want to do your original, you can just click 50% here on your original. I'm gonna hit build proxy. Typically 50% is good enough for me. I can get real-time playback on 50%. You see down here at the bottom, it's rendering it out. It only takes a few seconds. It's not going to take that long. And again, it saves it in the folder where you saved your file at. So there'll be a proxy folder, and it's good because you can use that video later, like if you're inside of Fusion and you're processing and it's just slowing everything down, trying to just throw in the proxy file. Okay, boom, that's done. Let's jump back over to the layout. And then here, come into press in. And I'm going to go to, actually, I don't need to press in. I can just go to my camera, background, scroll this tab down. And then right here, we're going to choose proxy read. We're going to choose 50%. Boom. Make sure I did undistorted. So render undistorted is checked. You have to make sure that is checked. Let me scroll that out. See, if you did normal, you just uncheck that. But I did render undistorted. So it's showing that. And then boom. Okay. Now if we hit play, boom. Way much better playback. There it is. It kicks in after it. 30 FPS, 31 FPS, even more than we need, right? And then the track is already looking solid. Look how solid that looks. What we need to do is orientate our scene. Okay, let me jump back here and open up some stuff here. Scroll that up there a little bit like that. Another thing, while we're here in this camera tab, we can take this opacity, crank it up to 100%. So now our video is full. I'm gonna go back to motion tracking tab. We need a ground plane. We need 3 tracks on the ground to get our ground plane. And this one's sitting on the chain. Let's go somewhere in the frame where we have 3 tracks on the floor. I might need to go back and throw in another track just so we can get yeah, because we don't have 3 on the ground. No problem. So what I'm going to do is come back. Let's go back to the first frame here. We got 1 here, we got 1 here, and let's see if I can get this one here. Press Control T, track it really fast. Okay, that is done. And then one more time, hit solve. This shouldn't affect our error at that much, adding 1 track in. Oh, well, it made it to 4.1. So, okay, if I wanted to clean something up, literally, let's just go back and say, what track was it that we just added in? Let's take this 1 track that's a 1.67. As a matter of fact, let's just delete it and let's go resolve camera error. 3.8. Okay, we're back to where we are. But now we have 3 trackers on the ground for our ground plane. Okay, and there was no curb here. This is all, actually, I can't remember if there was a curb here or not. I think it was flush. I think this is all flush. There might be a small step, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So we got our 3 tracks. I'm gonna click 1, I'm gonna go 2, I'm gonna go 3, and then I'm gonna say that as my floor. Okay, that's gonna be my floor. Center point origin, I'll say this is going to be my center point origin. Set that on there. And then I'm going to say this is going to be my y axis. Okay, boom, axis, sorry, axis. Let's jump back into our other one here. Okay, back into our camera, and it already looks like everything has flipped. Let me go ahead and just delete all this stuff here for a moment so we can see what we're doing. Yeah, it did flip a little bit. Okay, I don't like that. So it was sitting better the other way before, so that means, well, let's choose something else. Let's go 1, 2, 3, even though that's not on the ground. Nope, and that's still not really doing anything. 1. What other one do we have? Can we find another track? Yeah, let's see. I had a couple other tracks on the floor earlier. They deleted them. Maybe we can go ahead back here. 1, 2. Deselect 1, 2, 3. How about those 3? Say set floor. Nope. How about set wall? Nope. 4. No, that totally screwed everything up. It looked better. It was a better track. So check it out. Let's back up. Undo. I'm gonna undo. Undo. I have my undo set to like 300 on Blender, so that's something, a good note to set them up is like, see, it looked better here without the orientation. Yeah, it looks way better here. Maybe we can just try to manually set it up. Let's try. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is go to up here to the top, and then I'm going to go to 3D cursor because that's my world origin. I'm going to grab my camera. I'm going to press A, select all, rotate Z. First of all, let's get like, matter of fact, I'm just going to delete these ground plane and this box for a second here. All I need is a camera really right now. Once we get the camera set up properly, it's ready to go. Rotate on the, what are we doing? Z. And let's get this line up with the street. Something like that, maybe. GZ. Maybe RZ. This is like the hardest part of the track, is getting the camera oriented. I used to use PF track. Man, it was so much easier to orientate the scene. Like, it was like just silly easy how easy it was. Okay, now our track is a little bit off. Let me set an origin point. Set this as my origin point. Set origin. Okay. Not too bad. Now it looks like the track is shifted a little bit, so let me go back over here because I can see it a little bit better. Yeah, track. We really needed those tracks to help us line it up on the ground. What I like to do quickly, let me go into my focal length and just hold down shift and just ever so like slightly tweak that a little bit. Sometimes that will get it to sit a little tighter. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's see if I go the other way. Does it get better? That seems like it got a little worse. Let's go this way. Nope, still not that great. Go down this way even more. Okay, that's sitting a little bit tighter. And what I'm trying to look is at these lines, like how much are they shifting off of the point? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and RZ. See if I can get this line to line up with the line in the street. See what I'm trying to do? Get this line to line up with the curb, with the cracks in it. And they're not perfect, but hey, actually we can go GX, slide it over, and maybe this line might be a little bit better. Let's set the origin point right on the crack there. Rotate Z, holding shift to just get everything nice and good angle. Okay, let's see what this is like. All right, that's solid. Yeah, that's gonna be solid. I think that's gonna work for our needs. Okay, now the scaling is off, so you can see how big our grids are, and this is like each is like 1 meter, right? So that's That's another issue I have with Blender's tracker, is trying to get things to get into scaling. So let's see if we can just click this one and click this one, and we just basically need to play with the values until we get something proper. And I'll come down here to set scale, and it's at 1. I think this means 1 meter. I don't know if it let's go ahead and set scale. Ah, and it got a lot smaller there, so let's see how it plays now. I actually kind of like that. Can I go 1.5? Does that get bigger or smaller? Set scale, it gets smaller. Can we go 2? Set scale. Okay, that's a little bit better. Now the other thing that I have another issue with, it looks like the angle is shifting up, like this is up. To me, it doesn't look like it's sitting flat. So what I'm gonna do is rotate on the Y and holding shift. That looks a little bit better. And then to me now it looks like it's going up in the air. Rotate on the X. Oh, that totally shifted my perspective. Hang on, I'm gonna leave it then. So actually, let's go ahead and add in a cube now for a moment here. And there's my cube. And I'm gonna go ahead and come in here. Where is it at? It's not in this tab. This tab, I want to turn off the floor. And let's see what that looks like. Ah, it's a little bit of shifting. We're getting a little bit of sliding. A little bit of sliding there, see? Just a little bit of sliding. I think to me, it really would. We really needed to get that the ground markers to line up here, to line up our. Hang on. So let's just fight with it. I'm gonna go back to my camera, and this doesn't look right here at all. So what I'm gonna do is rotate on the X and just try to get it so this cube looks like it's somewhat. Actually, let me slide the cube over. GX. I want to slide the cube over so right here we can use that as a reference. Okay, actually GX, and maybe rotate on the Z so it's like something like that. GX over here. Okay, that looks okay, but like the top of this vehicle is more flat than this is, right? So rotate on the X, not the cube. I want to do the camera. I want the camera to be there, more proper there. Rotate. Let's go back to my camera. Rotate on the X and hold shift, and something more like this, right? And rotate Z again and try to get this line to line back up on the line here on the street. Okay, this is looking a lot better compared to this. Maybe if I can take this cube again and let's rotate this cube more straight here. Hit play. Damn it, dude, there's still a little bit of slip going on. I don't like that. I'm gonna go back to the camera, focal length, tweak the focal length again a little bit. Let's go up. Nope, more up. Way off, down. Still slippy. Back a little bit more where we're over here. And let's go down a little bit more, down a little bit more. I just tweaked this focal length until it looks like it's not slipping around anymore. That's getting a little bit tighter. Let's go down to 31. Let's see here. How about 30? 30's not bad. Hang on, let me line this up a quick. Rotate on the cube. G exit over. Kind of want to use it to line up here on this line. Let me go GY, slide it back. So I'm going to line it up in this corner here, just kind of I can have something to judge against. Hit play. It goes over the line a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. That looks a lot better. Hit play. It looks a lot better. Now one other thing, let's go ahead and turn off my X and Y Z lines. Just have the cube sit in there. All right, nice. I think that's track completed right there, guys. That's sitting nice and solid. Tripod pan. Boom. There it is. How long did that take? I don't know. How long has my stream been going for? What's the time? 30 minutes. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm gonna go ahead and save that. So now with that done, I can delete this cube. I should be able to drop in a normal plane here. Scale this plane up on the X. Maybe scale it on the Y. Scale Y. Look at that. Almost. I mean, you got to fidget with it anyways. It's not going to be the best. Not going to be exactly perfect, right? And then all I do is go into my computer's lagging a little bit. Turn on the fan. And then what I would do is I would just come in here, grab these points. For example, let me grab these 2 points here, rotate this on the Z, and just kind of, you know, and drag it on the Y, hold down shift, and just kind of like finesse it in there, right? Grab this guy here, G, Y, line that up to the line in the concrete there on the tile, G, Y, and maybe something like that. Hit play. I mean, the drift is extremely minimal. All right, and then for example, grab this side, go GX across the street, go put that corner there, take this corner, GY, oh, no, not GY, GX, slide that up so it's matching over there, and then boom. Now it kind of got off a little bit here, so I also need to go GY to get this air part down here on that to line up. Boom, and there's like our ground plane, which will be a shadow catcher. Right, and that's looking pretty solid. Again, I want to try to put the Japanese gates kind of about roughly in this area here. So I'll tab out, hit object, and go GY, slide this whole thing forward, because this is about the area that I want to do it. And then what I would do, jump out of my camera and turn on my motion tracking markers, and then since it's a 2D track, basically, since we're only using a delete that, we don't like that light. Since we're only doing a tripod pan, we don't have that depth information that we had like super deep that we did doing a full 3D motion, a 3D dimensional track. So that's the only thing that sucks, right? But for what I'm gonna do, like I'm gonna export this out. I'm actually gonna throw this into first. What I'm gonna do, convert this into 3D, which I do here. I export out a collada file, and then from here I have this other, you gotta watch Peter Winsler's video. He breaks down the whole process there on how to do it. Then I take this whole thing here and I load in my FPX, and this is going to convert it so I can open it in Blender. Lego stuff, collada file, Japanese temple gate, hit open, and then hit convert. Okay, I think that converted it. Yeah, converted, done. Okay, then what I can do here, come in here to file. Well, for me, I just normally just go Shift S, file, import, FBX. Oh, I needed to change that. I thought I had it back to collada. I don't have it. So file, import, collada file. Where's she at? There it is. And then I go to my folder. Nope, wrong folder. Oh, it's in the Lego folder. I didn't save it in that other folder. If I can find it. So it's important to keep your stuff nice and organized on the file end, so you don't have to be wasting time looking for stuff. Lego stuff, collada file, Japanese temple gate. All right, boom, there it is. It brings it in, and of course it's upside down. No biggie. Rotate on the X 180. Boom, there it is. Now, scale wise, I can't remember if I shouldn't scale those. Actually, I'm just gonna do it, whatever. Scale the Lego box up to something like maybe that. GY. GX. I want to get it out of the way of people because I don't want to have to mask out the people. Something kind of like there. Scale up just a little bit more bigger. And again, I'll probably have to do a mask right here. These gates are typically not that big. I mean, they're big, but not like bigger than these buildings. So I think that's good right there. Matter of fact, while I have that select, I'm gonna press M, make a new collection, call it Lego. All right, and then hit play, and that should be sitting solid as a rock. Look at that. That's nice. That is super nice. Okay, now what I really need to do is, hang on, let me make sure you brought in the materials. And I'm in Eevee. Oh crap, I don't think it works in Eevee. I have to do cycles for the materials to show up. Hang on, let Eevee finish compiling. Yeah, let me close that. I think I need to be inside of cycles. It's gonna be a bummer if it didn't bring it brought the materials over last time I did this. I don't know. So, oh, no lights. I have no lights in the scene right now because my thing is set up for Octane. But set this to GPU. Go to my world. Let me open this up here and just quickly set up a world here. I'm gonna go ahead and close that, make a new world. Shift S, environment texture, drop that into here. Bada bing, open up an HDRI. Open up an HDRI. And I have an overcast HDRI that I got from Poly, or HDR Haven, or whatever the name is now. It's changed, right? Control T. Okay, let's fire this up one more time. Yep, and it didn't bring over the materials. That sucks. I don't know why. I'll have to re-look at the export process. Something may have happened. And background, since we're working on a 3D composite, we come to our background, change that from film to transparent so we can see our background. There it is. Looks like, yeah, I'm missing another Lego too, so I'm gonna have to go back and fix that. I'm missing another Lego base block there. So can I just actually, and what's up with the material? Oh, you know what? Because the materials here probably are also set up for Octane. Matter of fact, and there's probably like nothing, solid black. Yeah, these materials are all jacked up. Okay, that's no big deal. So hang on, we had red here. Yep, materials are not even connected. And the red is like specular color. Oh, it still has just the base one that's hooked up to it, so I don't know why we're not seeing the colors. Random walk, that's still hooked up, right? I don't know. I'm not really worried about, because like I said, I'm going to render this out in Octane. That's going to be my ultimate final position, but this is missing a piece. So you know what, just for the sake of it, so you guys can see the process, I'm going to jump back over here. This is what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and, I guess, do I need to select everything? Here's the piece that I want. File, export as a collada file. Right hand, include the Lego logo on the studs, counterclockwise, right hand, export. And I'm going to export over the same one, export over collada, replace that file. Boom, there that is. Then I need to convert it because it's an older collada file. Use this FBX converter. Then on this FBX converter, whoa, what's going on with the FBX converter? Now it doesn't look the same. Try that one more time. I don't know why this looks different now. Did something get changed? Add FBX. Oh, there it is. Okay, yes, add FBX. Click on that. And Japanese gate, there it is. Hit OK, open. We shouldn't have to change anything there. Convert. Converted. Close this. And jump back into Blender. And I'm going to take this one that I just did, select hierarchy. Select objects actually first. Select objects. Right click on it again. Delete hierarchy. Kill the render. Let's bring it back in. File. Import. A lot of data. Japanese gate. What's the timestamp on these? 1234. Yeah, 1234. I want to do this one here. 1234. Okay, import, import, import. Again, it's upside down, no big deal. Rotate on the X, 180. There it is. It also brings in a light for some reason from the other. So take that light, delete that light. Delete that light. And come back to my null, right click on that. Select. Damn it, you know what I should, before I deselected it, I wanted to, again, it's missing that Lego block. I don't know what's up with that, dude. Oh, no, it's not. It's just off in a different position. There's the piece. Anyways, I can deal with this stuff off stream, trying to rebuild this and fix this stuff up here and figure out why the materials, for some reason, are not connecting. But like I said, I'm not really too worried about it because I'm going to build this inside of Octane. If you guys don't know, Octane is free for Blender users. Take advantage of it because Cinema 4D people have to pay for it. TX, even though I am a little bit jealous of Cinema 4D's physics system, which is absolutely awesome. I think that piece is upside down, right? Yes, it is. Rotate on the X, 180. GY, slide that back. GZ, slide that up. Go to front view, front ortho view. Oh, there's like two pieces. Yeah, something got glitched out there. Look at that. Go ahead and delete that one piece. There's like two pieces there for some reason. Tab up on this top one. Take this piece. GY. Just eyeball it, boom. Okay. I want to scroll this down and select all of these guys. I want to put this in a collection. And that one too. M, new collection, Lego. Lego. Okay, let's see if I turn that off. What the heck, dude? Whatever. I shouldn't have deselected it when I had it all selected. Take the camera, hide the camera. Take the plane, hide the plane. Select everything. Now it's selected. Press M, put it in Lego. Boom, now it's in the Lego collection. Good. Alt H, unhide everything. GY, slide it back. Nope. Select just the Lego. Right click, select object, GY. Jump back in our camera view. There we go. GX, slide this over. Something like that. Scale it up. Something like that. GZ, make sure it's touching the ground. GX. I think I'm gonna scale it up even bigger. GZ. Kind of like that. GX. And then I'll need to extend the ground plane, which is no big deal. GX, I could just slide the ground plane over. GY, I'm gonna slide that back because we just want to catch a little bit of a shadow. It's a little more of a contact shadow than a true shadow because the way the shadows were lined up. All right, that's it. I'm done. I have to get ready for work. But look at that. That's sitting fairly good. I could get it a little tighter. I'm gonna mask this part out right here, but what I want to do quickly, I'm gonna go ahead is render out a tracking pass just to see really fast. Turn off those motion trackers. Matter of fact, I'm gonna turn off this ground plane. I'm gonna hide that because I don't actually know. I want to leave that, huh? And it looks a little bit weird here. How can we get that to look a little bit, sit a little bit better? I think I might need to rotate the whole camera. More like, again, let's select the camera, rotate on the Y. Probably more like, I'll have to fight with it. But for now, that's what that's looking like. This guy can scale on the Y also. Let's kind of scale that down. Perspective is getting a little wonky. Rotate this in the Z. Actually set this origin back to where it was. Set origin to geometry. Rotate this on the Z a little bit. My origin point is still set. Medium point there. It should be back. Rotate Z. There we go. Okay. Now export, view, render, view animation. So what I do eventually is, instead of doing a full 3D model, like watching the Pimsleur video, he basically takes, I'll try to, get the materials, get this to match in as good as possible. Fidgeting it around here, like the way it's sitting is not going to be the best. The way how it's sitting here, I'm going to fidget around with it. And then, since we're doing this tripod pan track, we don't need a full 3D render. I can literally take a 2D image of this, and literally once it's in place, because there's very little, we're not walking around it or walking past it or through it, I just render out a 2D PNG still image of this, and then take this and literally just throw in a 2D track, and it's to save us so much time on rendering. I won't have to render out a full 3D image. It's gonna save so much time. And in the end, let me see if I can find the one that I did before this here to show you that the test that I did, and it worked out. I was like so happy with the results because I didn't have to do a full 3D render. I got it right here. Where's it at? Video. All right, test done. Here it is. Let's see. And let me drag this to the screen here for you guys to see. So this was the original test that I did. And let me set it on repeat. So there's the Lego structure that I made. Again, it's not a full 3D, it's a 2D image, but I put it in the scene, got the rendering, got the lighting as close as possible, took a 2D image, took it in DaVinci Resolve, and then I did a planar track in DaVinci Resolve. I retract it, and then boom, there it was, just comping it in, adding some light wrap around it, and that's fully CG. That's a full CG Lego miniature that I made with my daughter while we were playing Legos. Let's see if I have the actual file, the Lego output file. I think I may have deleted most of that stuff. Oh, this was some other glitchy, itchy stuff that was happening there. Try to... Let's see, is our track done yet? Finished? Nope. Still going, 63. Okay. So, let me see if I can find the actual Lego. Actually, I can just load it up inside the Lego thing here. Or did I save it? Let me see if I saved that one. Open recent. Kamoshinto Tower. Boom. There's the one I made in the Lego right here. Literally, I was playing with my daughter. I made this in real Lego blocks, and then I was like, you know what? Can I make this in 3D? Went online, found out this free Lego software. It has like pretty much every block that exists is Legos, and it had all the blocks that I actually used. And then there it is. I made that, exported it out, brought it into Blender, and then boom, you can actually render images out of here, which is really cool. I don't think I saved any of the images that I rendered out of here. No, I didn't. But it's got a little renderer inside. It's really slow, but they look pretty cool. So that was the workflow that I'm practicing with right now and tracking. And it was cool to build this little, I think it's finished now. Yes, it's finished. Good. What I do is I download this Lego block app from official Legos, and you can literally, from the instructions in the Lego app, rebuild things that are like from sets, which is super cool. Like, so I'm really enjoying this work process here, this workflow. All right, let's view this back. We go to render and view animation. And again, I'm using my EXR player here, and let it buffer for a moment. And it's a little slow because I got so much stuff going on, but let me hit play now. So now we can get kind of a full rough preview of the track. The rest is basically just compositing and sizing it up. Oh, it looks like I'm hitting the wall on that side. Yeah, I may have scaled it up a little bit too big. So I'll figure that out. I'll figure out how I'm gonna get that in there and spit that in there a lot better. Yeah, I think it's scaled up a little bit too big. But there it is. It's still trying to buffer because I'm trying to stream and do all this stuff at the same time. So it's super heavy on my computer, my laptop. But that's it. That's the workflow I'm working on right now. I'll probably make a true proper tutorial once I've done it a couple more times, just so I can work out all the problems that I'm dealing with right now. Oh, there it goes. And there's like another Lego brick thing on Mecha Bricks or something I might try out there and see. I know they have a special importer built for Blender to import the Lego pieces over, so I might look into that, because this one I'm already having some issues with the textures. I think, matter of fact, the other one I did do, no, I didn't do it. I used this one. I don't know why it's not bringing the textures over. So that's looking good so far. The track is solid. That was my main objective on this stream. So catch you guys in the next one. Definitely take a look down below. I got you know, some courses down there on the GitHub if you guys enjoy that. I set the prices to be for each region, so like if you know we're $5 in America is not the same value in India or something, so take a look at that. It fluxes the prices. Again, it's not, I'm not really trying to make millions off this. It's just a couple of bucks to save me for the time that I'm spending on trying to figure out this stuff, which is lots of hours, you know, and you can't put a price on time. But hope you guys enjoy. Patrick LeVar, keep tracking. Catch you in the next one. Peace.